I made a card the other day and shared it on YouTube, and then I said I would try to do something with the leftovers. Today's the day. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. Today I'm going to take some of the leftovers and make a shaker card that I think is kind of cute. It's kind of cute. I kind of messed some things up, but you know what? You should be used to that by now. In the end, it turned out pretty cute, so to see that card project and how I use the leftovers, stick around. It's coming up next. I recently made this card project on my channel, and I'll be sure to pop a little card up here. But I had a bunch of little leftover colors, and I said I might do something with them. And today, that's the day. So I'm gonna do something with the leftover hearts, and I think I'm going to be making a shaker cover card. So let me get started with picking some inks. Now, I want to do a little ink blended background for inside, and I thought, well, you know what I need to do? I need to find a bunch of colors that are going to work nicely with what I have already blended. And I actually think I have this little swatch ring that I made using a swatch set, a little stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, and I have a video for this as well, I think, and if I do, going to link it up there for you. But it's very helpful when you have a disparate group of cardstocks, because these are not all from the same company. So you can flip through and say, okay, Cheeky would actually be a great match here. And actually, it would kind of bridge the gap between those two, you know, and then you just start looking for your inks. And I love this because it does help me to pick out. That's kind of pale. I might have to look for a slightly different color, maybe from another manufacturer. I think Gina K has a really pale one. Anyway, I'm going to pick inks that I think are going to work for a blend, for a rainbow blend, and I'm going to set up for ink blending. So it's okay to mix and match some of your dye inks because sometimes you want to try to find the right color. So I'm going to start with Cheeky, work my way down the panel. I'll put on some music while I blend out this first layer. So that is the layers. Now I think that's going to be pretty close to this once this dries back. And let me decide, I may put another stencil over the top to kind of reinforce this theme. So let me grab that. I am going to pop on this Tumbling Hearts stencil. And actually I'm going to tape it from the back just so this doesn't move like this, okay? Rather than do, well, no, maybe I do want to do a tone on tone. I'm trying to decide because I also think it could be kind of cool to do white pigment ink on here. So let me grab a pigment pad. I'm going to take this pigment pad. This is a pad that I use and when I don't want to muck things up, I'm just going to squish on here because I don't want to pick up and transfer. This is cleaner than it looks. So I'm going to pick up the pigment ink. I keep one brush just for this because I almost never blend with brown, but I have an extra brown brush somewhere. And all I'm going to do is just lightly add a little pigment ink over the hearts. All right, I guess I can lift the stencil and we shall see if anything shows up. Oh, it's very light. It's so light. I don't even think you, well, yeah, that didn't really do much of anything. But if I were to throw some clear powder on, actually, before I ditch this, for the sake of argument, let's see what happens if I put silver, or not silver, white powder on here. Maybe this will be cool. Or it might stick to everything on here and then it will look dumb. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. We're going to see. Okay. Okay, never mind. Now we'll go with take 2. I'm going to make one change in the redo, and that is after Cheeky, I'm going to do Melon and then proceed with the rest of the colors. Because I think, yeah, I think I was missing orange anyway. All right. I'll finish this, and then we're going to move on to doing the stencil in a way that works. Actually, one other change. I'm going to switch out Seafoam at the bottom. Now I'm going to go over the exact same colors to add this pattern, and I think this time it'll work. So let me put on some music and we'll blend. Let's see if that gave me what I wanted, and the answer is that's what I was looking for. Okay, I'm just going to let this dry back a little because these positively saturated inks do have a little bit higher viscosity, so they take a second to dry and smooth. So that's the background panel that I was looking for. So this looks exactly how I hoped it would look, and it's going to be great with these hearts because I'm going to use these as shaker fill. I did 2 layers of the Love Ya together, but before I glue this down, I want to make sure that I did trim my panel to the proper size. And, okay, so there's a film on here. I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay, I think that's going to be right. Okay, so let's add a little liquid glue. Now I'm just going to place this right in the center, basically, like that, I think. Looks good from side to side. Yeah, it's going to be great. Press that down. Now what I thought I would do is take some of these out, maybe in color order, and put a couple, well, put 5. 5 throughout the background, and then the rest are going to fill in the shaker along with some sequins that I'll pull out. Although, maybe not. Now I'm thinking, you know what I think I'm going to do? Okay, bear with me. This is just, you know, I'm winging it. I'm winging it here. I think what I will do is I'll position a few sequins around. Are you on the right side? Yes, you are. Okay. Just to have a little shine throughout. I do want it to be just a little sprinkly. You know, this isn't really all about making sure that I have the perfect number, because I do want these just to kind of have a little sprinkle all over. Boop. And we'll skip. I'll cut to the end. Boop. So that's just so that some of the shine, actually, you know what? I could do one more up here and one more up here. Why not? Why not? Just grab a couple, boop, like that. So there's a little more. Yeah, okay. Now, well, now that I've gone that far, I'm going to do a couple more over here because I do kind of want it to fill the space in a way that makes sense. This is where you should have said when, but you didn't. You just keep booping along. That's okay. It's okay. Boop. And boop. Okay. So that'll have a little more sparkle. Now I'm going to let those sit for a second while I move you. Close this up. Now, how does this work? I think I've done like one of these. I don't remember. I know I have, and I'll definitely, what's the word? I'll definitely put a link up if I can find it. I know I've done one. I did this stencil background, but here, protective film is on, so I need to remove it. There we go. All right. Protective film comes off. Okay, so it's beautiful and clear. Now, I am going to get my bone folder here, and I'm going to go like that. I'm gonna just fold it down first so that I know I've got my folds. It's all set up for you. It's very smart, right? Like that. And I think I am going to attempt to fill this like a pocket, and I'm going to flip this over like this, okay? And I will release the backer. Okay. Again, make sure this is lined up where it needs to be. Folding this over and press. Oh, actually, you know what? I just realized something. I don't have to completely go in, because what I can do now is I can actually just drop some in the bottom like that, right? Make sure I have a goodly amount. And if some are facing the front and some are facing the back, I think that's fine. In fact, this actually allows me to take a look at what that might look like, right? Get some of those down just to have those, that's too much pink right there. Okay, you don't need all of them. You don't need them all. So get some of that out. I think that's kind of cute. I don't want them too stacked. There is a bit of static. I suppose I could have wiped that down. Ooh, okay. So we've got those in the bottom, and I'm going to sprinkle a few of these in the bottom too. Right, like that. Okay, so that we get hearts and stars at the bottom. I don't even know if this looks good, because now I think, should I have a few hearts at the top? Oh, Kathy, what are you doing? I mean, I could have, no. It's all gathered at the bottom. All right, tucking you in, closing, lifting, tucking, get back in there. And now I will release the backers. This is new. This is new for me, but like I said, I wanted to do something with the leftovers. Well, now I can't release the hounds. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Release. Fold. Nice. Fold. And then I guess I glue this onto a note card, right? Well, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Well, maybe I'll do it with liquid glue. I don't really have a super strong adhesive, like, oh, that's not true. I do have a super strong adhesive. Okay, we're folding this down like that. Okay, and there's my little shaker with the pocket. I think that's actually cute. Wait, we got things sticking up? I mean, you know, it's like gathering that color palette at the bottom. That is not bad. All right, let me put some really strong adhesive on the back, and I'll glue this down to a note card. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some Simon Tear-Rific tape, because I feel like this is such a nice, strong adhesive. If I put this onto my note card, it's going to hold it nicely. Let's see here. And give it the hold that I think it needs. I like this tape. It tears really easily, and it's really strong. Okay, like that. And I just made my note card out of Neenah Solar White in the 110. I probably could have gotten away with the 80, but I didn't think about it at the time. So now I'm just gonna release the backers off all of the Tear-Rific tape. To line this up without guesswork, I'm going to bring in my card with the fold there, and then all you have to do, well, actually I kind of like to do it this way. Hold that in place, press it down, press the top of that shaker element window, and press. Look at all, it's okay, so it does move around. We got one stuck up there. That's kind of fun. And now I have my finished card. I think that's fun. I feel like the Love Ya is a little floaty, like maybe I should have done a shadow layer in there. But I like how I took this whole color palette and I made another card out of the leftovers. So again, I will be sure to link this card at the end of the video as well if you want to check out the make of this. But for today, that is our finished card project. You can find links to all the supplies I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. I'd love to have you become a subscriber to my channel, so hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next video. As mentioned, I will link that other card for you below, along with another card that you might like. I'll see you in those videos.